Good morning from the island of Milos, walking down into the main town for some breakfast and some coffee. Getting a bit of a later start today because I arrived late last night and it was a pretty long and exhausting day yesterday. I really didn't plan anything when I came here to this island. I just kind of figured I'd come here and figure it out, which is unlike me. Usually I do like to have at least a basic plan when I go and travel somewhere, but I figured I would just kind of wing it and come here and see what there is to do. North of here, there's an area that is up in the mountains a little bit higher up from the town that should be really nice. And then perhaps for the evening, head up to Pollonia, which is up in the north end of the island. I've heard that it is nice up there. So today I'm mainly focusing on the main town of Adamas and anything north and east of here. As you can see, the Cycladic architecture here. It's the sort of famous blue and white square shape that the homes and buildings on the Cycladic islands have. Milos and then Santorini and Mykonos, Naxos, and many other islands that are in the Cyclades region have this distinct architectural feature. Let's go just continue taking a walk around, and we'll walk around to the upper part of Adamas here. You'll burn some calories on these stairs for sure. It's better. Yes. Quick little bus ride up to Plaka from Adamas is €1.80. So let's just take a walk around up here and see a different part of the island besides the main port. Alright, so a little tiropita with sesame and a freddo coffee for a little energy before making the trek up to the Venetian Castle that's up there, which I'm told is about a 15-minute trek. All right, so now that we've had a little bit of coffee and our really nice, delicious tiropita, cheese pie with sesame, let's walk up to the Venetian Castle of Milos, which is up on this little narrow but steep hill here. These stairs are pretty crazy, but as you can clearly tell, they're worth the extra effort to get to the top and check out these amazing views. So here at the top of the old Venetian Castle ruins, there is a church, of course, here on the top of the hill. So when you get up here, there's this little area around this little church here, which, I mean, is all closed up. You can't go inside, but you just have this big panoramic view around the island, and you pretty much can see the whole island of Milos from up here. And yeah, it's not that bad of a walk from Plaka if you come to the town called Plaka here on Milos, and there's plenty of places to stay as well here. You don't have to stay down in the main port of Adamas where I'm staying on this particular trip, but yeah, if you come to Plaka, that's where you're just walking distance from this. And I mean, it's a bit of a difficult trek if you are in a hurry, but if you take your time, it's not that bad. It only took me about 15 minutes, and I'm not in super excellent shape and was not rushing to get up here. I was taking my time. You can pretty much see the whole island of Milos from up here, and even some little neighboring ones as well. It's just a really gorgeous view up here. If you like to visit places that are picturesque and you go to places where you know there could be a nice view, definitely check out the Venetian Castle. Heading back to the port town now, but it's a pretty convenient bus service. It's pretty cheap too, €1.80. It runs every hour pretty much throughout the day. So it's a pretty convenient way if you're staying in the main port town of Adamas and you want to explore another cool place on Milos, then I would recommend this if you want something that is convenient and very affordable to do as well. One thing that's not unique to this island, but to most islands in Greece, is the very, very narrow roads. And I mean, the bus drivers are masters in driving these roads here. I mean, I don't know how they do it, but you know, you might wonder, looking at the streets here and wondering how these buses get through. But they know how to do it, though. You definitely have to be a pro to drive a big vehicle like this in these really narrow streets. Made it over to the northeastern side of the island of Milos now, to a town called Pollonia. I was told that this area was really nice and that I should come check it out, so I figured, well, since it's on a corner here and the sunset looks really nice from this side of the island, that I'd come and explore this side now towards the end of the day and maybe stop and have dinner and watch the sunset with dinner. Little glass of house red wine, and then a little bit of bread with, I believe, feta and olive oil. Little grilled octopus and potatoes to end, and of course red wine to end the day. All right, so day 2 here on the island of Milos, and the weather has cleared up a little more today. We're back to our classic Aegean wall-to-wall sunshine. Today, just kind of taking it easy and about to take the bus down to Paleochori, which is down on the south coast of the island. One side of the island I didn't get to yesterday was the south coast, so we're going to go and check that area out. You know, maybe go and check out the beach there, have a little coffee, you know, just kind of relax and take in the view from that side of the island, and then head back since there's a very easy bus route that goes down to there. The bus that comes from the main port of Adamas down here to Paleochori. It comes 3 times a day, but you'll have to look on milosbuses.com to find out, just in case there's any changes in the schedule. You'll look on there and see where the bus schedule is as of now. 3 times a day. There's a bus that goes back and forth between Adamas and Paleochori down here. Paleochori, which means old town, literally old village is what it means. There's a lot of villages called Paleochori all over Greece. Pretty much every island and province has a Paleochori, an old town. Of course, this is one of many spots on the south side of the island of Milos that you can go to, and the south side seems to be the more rugged but also the more beachy side of Milos. This is definitely by far the nicest beach that I've seen on Milos so far, and there's a couple of other points, some of which also have buses that go there, that have really nice areas to go and hang out at the beach, enjoying the fresh sea air and the wind and the waves. The Sirocco Volcanic all-day restaurant. Let's see what it has to offer. Apparently it's named after the Sirocco wind, which is a strong and hot wind that blows from the deserts of the Middle East. Right now I would say that the wind that is pretty strong off of the sea here today is probably not a Sirocco wind, because it's a nice and cool and refreshing wind, but nonetheless that's where the name of this restaurant apparently comes from. This is a local beer from Milos. I honestly didn't know that Milos had its own local beer. I guess so many places have their own local beer these days. This is a honey golden ale, so let's see. Not bad. It has a nice mild flavor. You can tell that there is a bit of a honey flavor in there, but it's not overbearing. Good summertime beer since it's not too heavy. Definitely I would recommend. If you like ales, and you like something that's mild, and you like a little hint of honey, and it's not something that's a problem for you, then definitely try it if you're into trying local beers wherever you go. And the first part of what I'm getting is right here. Here we go, the trilogy. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Να σας εξηγήσω, είναι μελιτζανοσαλάτα εδώ, έχει πάλι lamb paste, εδώ είναι το τζατζίκι και εδώ είναι τα ραμοσαλάτα.
Πολύ ωραία.
Καλή απόλαυση.
Thank you. So, there it is, the volcanic lamb. There's the volcanic lamb, so let's dig in. This is the sourdough bread, the special sourdough bread that they make. So he's bringing it to me now, so he'll do a better job explaining than me. So tell me, what does it come with?
So this is the bread, this is the olive paste and some salt, okay? And here I have 3 different kinds of olive oil. It's for you to choose one to taste. They are all from Corinthos, they are different. So the first one, called Megaritiki, has intense fruitiness with some pungent aftertaste. The second one, called Koroneiki, has medium fruitiness with some green apple notes. And the third one, called Patrigna, has light fruitiness with some banana notes.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
So the black one is recommended for meats. This one is for salads, and this is for fish.
Alright, well I think I'll take the one that's recommended for meats, since I'm having my volcanic lamb here. Okay. I think that the one that goes well with meats would be, especially with volcanic meats.
Every night we put the meat in the sun for 10 hours or 12, it depends. And the morning we dig it out and it's ready.
To give you a little postcard with your bill. This was a nice unique little place. It's not cheap, I'm gonna be very honest with you. It is a little pricey, but on the islands, things are generally more expensive than they are in the mainland, and at a place like this, it's not like your typical Greek taverna. They have like some really unique things here that you won't find at just any regular old restaurant here. So keep that in mind as well. I mean, yeah, it's not a budget eat kind of place, but the stuff here is really good though. Might be kind of hard to see with the shadow there, but that's about 100 degrees Celsius, which is boiling point. So that's how hot it is inside this oven underneath the sand. Now the sand on the surface here feels pretty normal. You're not going to burn yourself if you are walking on the sand barefoot, you know, like you would on any beach. But if you dig far enough below, it gets really, really hot. So that's how they prepare the meat here in this unique little, what they call a Dutch oven. That's pretty much it from the island of Milos. It's been a nice 2 days here, and honestly, I would come back. I think that Milos is an island that is definitely worth going to. I enjoyed myself these last 2 days here. I honestly do wish that I could have spent a longer time here, but hey, unfinished business for the next time that I get a chance to come here, right? So that's all from the island of Milos. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed to me yet. For those of you that have subscribed to me, thank you so much. I always appreciate your support, and thank you all of you who have watched this video and all of my videos here on Global Niko. I really appreciate your support. Stay tuned for the next videos that are coming up here on Global Niko.